guys! First and foremost, I want to say thank you so much for all the love that you've given me for Tennessee Tells, streaming it, sharing it. Me and all the other artists on the track could not thank you enough. I wanted to come on here and give you a little story time about what Tennessee Tells is about. So Tennessee Tells is about the first time I ever visited Tennessee. My partner had recently got out in the Marine Corps, and for all you vets out there or loved ones of vets knows the transition from military life to civilian life can be very difficult. A week away from the lights, pack your bags, baby, let's get away from that life, is in reference to getting away from the heartache, getting away from everything that's going on, transitioning, and just getting out of your head. So we spent a week on his family's beautiful houseboat owned by his grandmother on Dale Hollow Lake. And growing up in Washington, I grew up on a lake. I grew up by the water, and it was just felt like home to me. So that's why you hear in the bridge a houseboat full of memories that'll last a century, because not only has that houseboat been in his family with all the memories that he's made with them, but it was some of the most pivotal memories that I have made in my life. If you knew anything about me growing up, you'd know that Tennessee was like on the top of my bucket list. I was like, that's my place, that's where I'm gonna live. So that was just a big moment for me. And not only was that the first time going to Tennessee, it was the first time going to Indiana where his family's from. And they have this old Coke machine outside of their barn, and that's where I got the line, "Our love is as timeless as that old Coke sign." I love that Coke sign, and I had to write about it. And on our way to Tennessee, we drove through Gatlinburg and went moonshine tasting, and whoo! That's where this feeling is stronger than bootleg moonshine comes from, because moonshine's very strong. And I know what you're thinking, feels like a drive along the coastline. There's no coastline in Indiana, there's no coastline in Tennessee, but I was referring back to Washington, where I am from, and California, where I live, and how I feel so at peace when I take a drive along the coastline, and that's how I felt in that moment on Dale Hollow Lake. And for the big question, I can hear those bells, hell, Tennessee tells. And that means that Tennessee was telling, that trip to Tennessee was telling that, wow, I love this man, and this is who I'm going to spend the rest of my life with. That trip to Tennessee told me that, okay, this is where I need to be, this is what's going to happen in my life, and it just all unfolded before my eyes. And that's the meaning of Tennessee Tells. So Tennessee Tells is about that first road trip to Tennessee with this new boy, and it was so exciting and so intense and such an adventure, and it really tells about how this love unfolded and me coming to a realization that, wow, this is it. So this song means so much to me, and I hope you guys love it as much as I do, and just keep sharing it, keep streaming it. It means so much to us artists when we put our heart and soul and just pour it out into a song, and people like it and they love it, and they're like, wow, I love your song. And because it's like, that's my story, and you know, it almost brings me to tears. But I can't tell you guys how much I appreciate it when you send me cute little messages like, good job, like, I love your song. It means the world to me and every other artist that has worked with me and every artist in the world. So support your fellow musicians. Thank you guys so much for listening. Good news, the music video will be out this Friday. So if you've gotten this far in the video, you know a little bit more than people who haven't watched it all the way through. So keep listening, and I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks.